Virginia Chorale took excellent advantage of the ringing acoustics at Norfolk Sacred Heart Church October 14th for In the Beginning, their first presentation of the 2012-2013 season. The program began with I Am the Rose of Sharon, a lovely setting of the Song of Solomon by the father of American choral music, the 18th century composer and singing master William Billings. The a cappella work featured nice alternation between women's and men's voices and delightful onomatopoeia on the text, skipping, skipping. A set of 3 contemporary arrangements of traditional Southern harmony tunes began with McKay, arranged by 21st century composer Carol Barnett from An American Thanksgiving. Tenor Danny Markham intoned the first lines. The men and then the women came in bright and airy, like ribbons of sound fluttering in the air, building and rising to a great torrent. The Road Home, arranged by Stephen Paulus on the tune Prospect, paid lovely attention to Michael Dennis Brown's text about longing for home. The words and phrases were given full value and ended on a gorgeous floating tone. The third song in the set was the legendary Alice Parker's arrangement of Hark, I Hear the Harps Eternal on the forthright hymn tune Invitation. The third and fourth lines of each stanza formed a joyfully fuguing hallelujah refrain. Mezzo-soprano Robin Redmond joined the chorale for a stunning presentation of Aaron Copland's In the Beginning, a setting of the King James translation of Genesis describing the 7 days of creation. Conductor Charles Woodward called it a masterpiece of 20th century music, and indeed it was, with lean but lush choral writing, varying the moods of each biblical day with different rhythmic patterns and textures. Redmond's rich mezzo led off with the sung narration. The voices echoed the line, retasting it. The music underscored the text beautifully. As the waters were divided from the waters, the voices rushed and receded, rushing in again like the tide. At Let There Be Light, the voices produced a great blast, the sonic equivalent of light shattering the darkness. After the tranquility of the 7th day when God rested from all his work, and the tenderness of breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, the conclusion, and man became a living soul, was electrifying. The audience leapt to their feet knowing they had experienced something very special indeed. The second half began with Reincarnations, 3 songs by Samuel Barber on text by James Stephens after the 19th century Irish poet Raftery. The first, Mary Hines, had quick riffs on word sounds and a mid-poem change of mood to languorous, long lines. In a lament for a dead man, Anthony O'Daly, the phrases fell and fell and fell again, giving way to the driving force of there is nothing to do. There is nothing but grief. The final word, grief, became a long, endless breath, like wind on the moor. The Coolin, the fair-haired one, was a love song with a simple but seductive text underscored by sensuous harmonies. Composer and historian Jack Gottlieb's Advice from Honest Abe was one of 7 pieces honoring American presidents. It captured Lincoln's wry humor. You can fool all of the people some of the time, with finger snaps and jazzy syncopation. It was not only a cheerful change of pace, but a witty allusion to the inescapable pre-election nuttiness of these times. 4 American folk songs in interesting modern arrangements topped off the program. Nellie Bly, written by Stephen Foster and arranged by Jack Halloran, was jaunty and cheerful. Buffalo Gals from Libby Larson's Western Songs took the verse melodies apart and came back to the tune for the refrain with marvelous ascending triads on the last word of Dance by the Light of the Moon. The haunting lines of Shenandoah in the now classic arrangement by James Erb featured haunting lines, effective unisons, lush harmonies, and the chorale's ethereal blend. In the reprise of the first verse, the last note was spun out in breathtaking beauty. In the final song, She'll Be Comin' Round the Mountain, Emmylou Deemer's arrangement was energetic and playful. The chorale's encore was Shenandoah, just as gorgeous as the first time. From the other side of the Footlights, I'm M.D. Ridge.